Smooth, leathery, uncanny. There's something strange happening to our politicians. Is this some new plague? Some body snatcher alien invasion? Plastic faces, plastic hearts, plastic minds, plastic policies. The plastic politicians are here. Run! It's time for deep fat fried.
So we got to talk about Joe Biden. We have to talk about the evolution of Joe Biden. The strange, abbreviated aging of Joe Biden, where he aged normally for a while and then suddenly started aging creepily in reverse, like a ghastly Benjamin Button. So here's what he looked like when he was a human being, when he still had like skin.
Yeah, so it looks pretty typical of time period, like the 50s or something.
Yeah, this is high school yearbook photo when he was at Archmere Academy in 1960. Sounds like a real blue collar fucking place.
Oh yeah, whatever, dude. He looks like Biff Tannen from Back to the Future.
Well, remember, he really wanted to go there too. He's like, I really want to attend Archmere.
Dun, 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 dun.
So pretty good looking guy, right? Kind of jock look.
Yeah, he looks like a total jock douchebag to me, but whatever. Yeah,
makes sense. He played both baseball and football.
Good for him.
His nickname was Dash in high school.
God, Dash.
They call me Dash.
Look at this fucking asshole. Wait, this dude became president of the United States. Fucking
Dash.
Yeah, what's up? I'm Dash.
Yep.
You know, like
Dash
fuck
Biden.
me, man.
Douchebag
What
Dash.
a shitty country. Fuck America.
Well, he got it for a bad name, though. He got it for
really?
a bad reason. It was not
A
for his
bad
athletic.
reason. I gotcha.
Yeah, it was not for his athletic prowess, but because of his stutter. It represented the dashes he would insert in multi-syllable words when speaking.
Oh, man. Poor Joe.
So
you know what? I take it back.
people
Now
would-
I sympathize with him.
Yeah. People would make fun of the fact that Joe Biden could not say multi-syllabic words without stopping to think about it, so they started calling him Dash. Kind of mean.
You guys are mean, dude. Poor Joe Biden.
I'm Joe Biden.
Isn't it great living in a country where we can still do this about our leader, though? I got to give America that.
Good on us.
We haven't ruined everything.
You know what the great
yet.
thing is? That if anyone gets offended by that joke, it will be people who are like, don't make fun of stutterers.
Yeah,
it will
it will
not
be.
be anyone who's like, don't make fun of Biden, you know?
Yeah, guys, that's making fun of Biden. That's too far.
But clearly that's what we're doing. Apparently his stutter didn't affect his popularity because he was elected class president in both his junior and senior years. So it was probably like a wry ribbing, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
an endearing thing. Like, oh, it's Dash there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, as Joe Biden describes in his memoir, as much as I lacked confidence in my ability to communicate verbally, I always had confidence in my athletic ability. Sports were natural to me as speaking was unnatural. And sports turned out to be my ticket to acceptance and more. I wasn't easily intimidated in the game, so even when I stuttered, I was always the kid who said, "Give me the ball." Okay, well, I guess he probably like, oh shit, are you guys alive? Did you guys freeze? 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 All right, so I want it known that the Biden administration and the United States government has tried to silence this podcast from covering this subject matter. I managed,
Sickening.
with a little bit of quick work, to spoof their black ice and backtrace their firewall. So I've bounced my connection off of several different remote terminals across the globe. So it should take them at least another 20 minutes, okay, to iron out this connection and find us again and squash it. I'm just kidding. None of that happened. TJ's dumbass spilt a big-ass fucking jar of Yoo-hoo on the fucking router again.
Sorry about that.
Oh,
It happens.
no! Yoo-hoo all
Whatever.
over the router! What happened?
You know me.
That's exactly what happened. And don't deny it, TJ.
TJ
Don't deny me.
constantly chugging the Yoo-hoo, and this time it was the router that took a bath.
It's fucking hideous.
So we had to wait for it to dry out in a bag of rice, and here we are again to talk about Dash Biden.
Yes, a single fingerless glove.
So we got another picture here of Biden, again in high school. He's got jersey number 30 on here. Biden was not exaggerating about his athletic ability. Say what you want about the guy. He led his high school team as a wide receiver to an undefeated season, winning them the conference title with a perfect 8-0, which that's pretty goddamn good.
Well, I mean, look at their goddamn fucking coach or whatever the fuck this guy is. I mean, Jesus.
He averaged 1 TD a game in their 4 conference playoff games. So he was a big, you know what I mean?
Dudes were more square back then, you know what I mean?
Yep. So the
Gotta be square, Jack.
He also scored 6 times in the team's 4 non-conference matchups, giving him 60 points on the season, which is pretty damn good.
Yeah, for such a short season.
It was actually one of the highest totals in the entire state of Delaware that year. So he's definitely a good football player. Of course, the main point of this episode isn't Joe Biden's football career, but it does give some context as to why he might be so preoccupied with his appearance in his political career, trying to hold on desperately to a youthful look. For many jocks, they peak in high school, and Joe Biden certainly did appearance-wise.
Stage 1.
So these are the stages of male pattern baldness. This will become especially important as we take a look at the evolution of Joe Biden's appearance. It was really his hairline that started making his plastic surgery more and more apparent. You can see some different patterns that happen to men. You know what I mean? You've got the V is the one that I hope I never get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sucks.
That where you just get bald in the back and then kind of in the front, it leaves that one little patch.
Yeah, you got like some stupid little poof.
Like if you had to pick one of these, I'd probably take the last one there, the Bernie bald, or like or VA is probably Bernie bald, I would guess.
Yeah, something like that.
I'm fine with that one.
Oh, V1. That's like kind of horrible too. At least with the one from the side, it looks like you have like a little strip.
Yeah, this stupid strip. I would just shave the fucking strip if it got to that damn point.
Yeah, I would definitely like get rid of the hair up there.
Yeah, no, don't want it.
So this is Joe Biden in 1972, after winning a tight Senate race in Delaware against a Republican incumbent. This next picture here,
dude. I have to tell you a story. All right, I'll show the Joe Biden picture. I gotta tell you a story though. My dad went to that like hair transplant shit for a while.
Hair club for men.
Yeah, he was in the hair club for men or whatever the fuck or whatever, something like that. I think it was something else.
No, it was hair club for men. It was.
Anyway, so he went and got these hair transplants and shit. And so he goes and does that for a while. And, you know, sometimes it looked all right. Other times it looked totally awful. It just kind of depended on who he got at the place, you know, and how skilled they were at the little procedure. And so he got tired of the spottiness because, like, he knew that sometimes it looked like shit.
Sure.
So one day he fucking just shaves his head completely goddamn bald, right? Doesn't fucking prepare nobody for it either. And I walk in, and there's my dad. And he's completely bald, and he's wearing like a big gray fucking sweater, and he looked just like fucking Dr. Evil.
Oh my god, yeah,
remember that shit?
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah, I'm bald," and like it was the first time I ever saw him bald, and he was like literally dressed like fucking Dr. Evil, unwittingly, of course.
That's funny.
And he's like, "What do you think?" I'm like,
You look like Dr. Evil.
You look like fucking Dr. Evil. I don't know what to fucking tell you."
Yeah.
Like we literally burst out laughing, and he got super pissed, but whatever.
Of course.
Look like fucking Dr. Evil. Fuck you, Dad.
Oh, throw me a bone here, people.
Anyway, I'm not supposed to be talking about my dad. I'm talking about Joe Biden here. Yeah, you can see the hair is clearly thinning out.
I mean, this is a dude that's well on his way to being cue ball bald. You can tell.
Sure.
He's even trying that.
Strands.
He's trying that old trick of like letting the back grow out so it looks virile from an angle. You know what I mean? Like he's got.
Yeah, I mean,
some
I got
locks.
that going on too. You're just like, yeah.
But
sometimes I'll even be like, yeah, I'll fucking.
I mean, your situation up front is way better than his situation up front.
Yeah, his is a losing. It's a slower session.
Yeah, you're slowly
still so
receding.
youthful and robust.
Like your hair's slowly like receding a little bit, probably, but his is like thinning at this point.
Yeah,
and he's younger than you.
I don't have any thinning yet. maybe in the very, very front, but not too bad yet, as of yet.
So he was 29 years old. So
okay, that's changes the That's pretty bad at 29. I mean, I've definitely known dudes that went balder quicker, but yeah, that's unfortunate.
So he reached the constitutionally required age of 30 before he was sworn in, for anybody who was wondering about that. But yeah, he actually won his first Senate race at 29, and this is what his hairline was looking like then.
I mean, it probably kind of helped him because, like, at that time, at being 29, you probably do want to look a little older, right? Because you want people to have kind of like you don't want them to view you as like a kid.
Yeah,
because
this actually made Biden the youngest man ever elected to the Senate at that time.
Right, he's like this youthful fucking dude.
But it certainly didn't look like it, which maybe played a role in him getting elected. He definitely looked beyond. I mean, when I said 29, both of you kind of were like,
Yeah, he looks older.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like the Brian Stelter effect. I don't know, being balding like the way he has here, like the super thin hairline,
it
makes him look like he's at least in his 30s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a comb over and not a great one, which certainly is not the typical stage of baldness that, a 29, 30-year-old man is typically in.
Yeah, it's amazing that he's manages to still have hair now, and actually more, I think, than here.
Yeah. So really what happened is his hair grew in as he got older. Here he is.
Almost completely bald on top at this point.
It's fading.
This is one of Joe Biden's failed presidential campaigns here in the 1988 one. As you can see, the hair is really thin up top here. I mean, it's just barely, it's holding on for dear life. He's got a little bit of something going on up there, but it's wispy, and he's preserving every last follicle of that hair up there, man.
Yeah, I mean, this is like, when you see this, you know this dude's a politician that's image concerned. So this is like literally like the best he can do at the time.
Every strand is sacred, DJ.
You know, he's like trying to make this hair go as far as it possibly can. He's trying to stretch every hair into doing the work of 10, you know?
And I actually, if you want to get a better look at this stage of Joe Biden, I pulled a campaign speech from this campaign in 1988. And you get some different angles on it.
Ooh, yeah.
I guess we could play the audio too if you want.
Yeah, we could.
It's your help that I seek first. As today, I announce my candidacy for President of the United States of America.
Woo! Woo! It only took you, I don't even know.
I mean, wow, this is like record speed. Yeah. From actually, I meant his actual speaking patterns here. It's like, oh, wow.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean,
Biden can actually talk here. Strange.
Well, I mean,
I wonder what the difference is.
Before dementia set in. I mean,
yeah. Wait, what do you mean, TJ? He's got a very pronounced stutter here.
Oh, right. His deep.
See how he's fumbling with the even the most basic things? He's always been this way.
Right. Oh, yeah. I can totally tell.
I think this might be sped up.
Round of applause.
Okay.
Thank you.
Jesus Christ. Was it that exciting?
Yes.
Yeah,
We gotta clap.
Man.
Everyone clap. Keep clapping. It's almost like there's a competition. You're going to stop first. Nah. You're going to stop first. It's like, who needs to clap that long?
They knew that someday he would defeat Orange Man.
Yeah.
So that's why they're giving him a standing O here.
15 years ago, we said that the key to restoring confidence in our traditions and our institutions
I mean, he's bald.
was public officials who would stand
There's like
up
this
and
weird-
tell the
this weird
American
scruff
people
on top.
exactly what they thought.
Yeah.
It's like the thinnest layer of hair stretched over a chrome dome, dude. He's bald.
Thin layer
Wisps.
of barely their hair.
Wisps.
Some cobwebs on his head.
So in this image from the trail on the same campaign, his hair suddenly looks different, like a little darker.
Looks good, Jack.
Let's see. Yeah.
Now
It hasn't thickened up, but it looks like it's changed shade a little bit.
Yeah, it's darker now. More back to his original color.
Now
It was younger.
a lot of people try to pass this off as a bad dye job. But the media got suspicious at this point. Now, the most common hypothesis was that he received a hair transplant where follicles from the bushier back of the head are grafted onto fading spots closer to the front of the dome. Until the late 1980s, the only method of hair transplantation involved plugs that each contained about 15 to 30 hairs. If executed well, they could be lined up to create a solid wall of hair. It doesn't exactly look like it went great for Joe Biden, but it was certainly enough to be noticeable, especially with the change happening in the middle of his presidential campaign. In 87, a Washington Post reporter asked him to confirm the theory. Guess, he responded. I've got to keep it some mystery in my life. Unfortunately, right. Joe Biden's hair change did not save his campaign. Incidents of plagiarism, both on the campaign trail and during his time at Syracuse University, became some of the final issues that dogged him, and he was ultimately suspended his floundering campaign at that point.
Yeah. Virtually no support. Yeah.
He basically ripped off some British politician's speech, like word for word. Not even just like the content of it, just like completely word for word was just like passed it off as one of his own.
Yeah. Jack is my speech. Wrote it myself.
So
Tell you what I say what I mean, and I mean what I say.
Here he is in 87 with then Supreme Court nominee Anthony Kennedy. Really pay attention to how his hair looks in the back. It's still pretty thick back there. So, yeah. But apparently Biden didn't learn his lesson about changing his hair mid-campaign. So in 2008, during his failed campaign for the White House, reporters and cosmetic surgeons pondered his suddenly changed appearance. He very clearly did not have the hairline he had in 1987.
No.
With the plugs that he had on the debate stage in 2007. This change was drastic, with a couple of different options on how the results could be achieved. It could be FUT or it could be BHT. Those are the two options here. And this is where it gets kind of real gross. For me, at least, because I would never go through this. I would just, be bald, man. It's cool. It's cool, Jack. So FUT hair restoration is called strip harvesting.
Just go bald.
Follicular unit transportation.
No.
What the fuck, dude?
Dude, why? You're slicing. Oh, no.
No, come on. Don't do it.
No, man.
No,
it's not good. It's not right.
It's like some Hellraiser shit, dude. What the fuck?
Hellraiser.
I have such delicious pain to show you.
I just stand still, Biden. Another one there?
Yes. All right, Joe, if you want the hair surgery, just solve this. Here you go, buddy. Give me hair. Do something with my hair. Anyway, so this is called strip harvesting in the follicular unit transplantation, or FUT. Removes a strip of hair, generally from the back of the head. The strip is then dissected into tiny little segments in order to implant the individual follicles on it. Although there is a strip removed, the scar is easily covered by your existing hair. So you just let it grow a little shaggy in the back, and it covers the big giant strip of hair scar.
Oh, no.
Although, frequently when a facelift procedure is performed, several pieces of healthy scalp are discarded as waste unless a pre-hairline incision is used. In selected cases, such as patients with hair loss, these pieces of scalp may be used to create micrografts, which are grafts with 1 or 2 hairs, and mini grafts with 3 to 4 hairs. And they take those follicles and they transplant them onto your dome. So that's one way Biden could have got his hair back.
Okay.
Well, that's horrifying. Is the other way any less terrifying than that, or is it more?
No, it's grosser.
Odd.
This is the other way that you could do it. It's called the old body hair transplant. It's the harvesting of hair from a location where it's not wanted or needed and subsequently transplanting that onto your scalp. The donor area in body hair transfer is often the chest or back. The harvest of the donor is through the use of the follicular unit extraction procedure. The characteristics of hair in these locations are different from scalp hair. Obviously, like pubes are different, The hair in the back and chest tends to be curlier and thicker than scalp hair. The growth phase or anagen phase lasts less than that of scalp hair, usually about 18 months. The hair characteristics of this back and chest hair render the hair suitable only as filler hair in the middle of the scalp. So really, those are the two ways that Joe Biden could have gotten hair back on his scalp.
He did the first one for sure.
Yeah, almost certainly.
You think he did the strip transfer?
Right. Well, because this says it's only really useful in this back area. So I mean, like his
needed
hairline
to over.
moved right forward and thickened right up. So he had to have done the other one.
Yeah, this one only really works in people that have, like this guy here, really like incredibly thick body hair. And it doesn't look like Biden. I mean, I don't know. I guess you can't tell. But I don't.
Who knows?
He doesn't look like he's got a pelt like this. So you're probably right, TJ. It's probably the first one. So here's Joe Biden standing next to Sarah Palin. This is all the way in 2008. And like I said, man, he's balding in reverse. As you can see, he's got a nice, thick, luscious head of hair
yeah.
here.
He's got tons of hair. He's got hair for fucking days.
And there was no speculation at this time. Nobody could come up with an excuse for how this happened at this point. So everybody was just kind of like, all right, Joe Biden had some shit done.
There's no denying it no more. I mean, like, hair does not just like magically restore itself after
it manifested. TJ.
I mean, he was basically bald in the 80s, and
TJ,
now suddenly he's got a thick, luxurious head of fucking
when he became
hair,
the chosen one, TJ, his hair growth was restored.
I guess you can't really say it's thick, but I mean, like, it's a respectable amount of hair for a dude his age.
Yeah, he's
and
silver foxing
came right the fuck out of nowhere, you know.
Still got a decent hairline going on. So Politico asked the experts back in 2008, and a quick survey of stylists and hair transplant surgeons, some of whom had followed Biden's career path for years while others didn't know about him yesterday, found that there was little mystery. When he had darker hair, it was pretty obvious he had larger plugs, said Michael Beener, medical director at the Saratoga Hair Transplant Center in New York. With the lightening of his hair, it looks much, much better now. Years ago, it was much more detectable, added a surgeon from the Midwest who refused to be identified. The pattern of Biden's hairline, according to him, did not follow the normal path of baldness. Former Vice President Joe Biden has undergone numerous cosmetic procedures to alter his appearance, including Botox, hair transplants, and dental work, plastic surgeons say. And this was all the way back in 2008.
Oh, yeah. You can already tell then.
And began to look noticeably different during that campaign. That was when then Senator from Delaware allegedly altered his hairline, filled in the wrinkles on his face and forehead, and installed some pretty obvious dental veneers.
Those are expensive as fuck.
Yeah.
Those are
Here
expensive.
he is. No, TJ. No. This is a 60-something-year-old man. Yep. This is what they look like, man. This is what they look like, Jack.
I mean, like, you know what I really love about it? You know, it's like you get to be like 60, 70 years old and shit, and your teeth, they straighten up to almost perfect.
Those some perfect teeth, Jack.
I mean, you know, he probably just used some of those Crest white strips, Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah, another thing too.
Just use some Crest
the
white
hairline
strips,
starts growing thicker and more lush. Those wrinkles just
That's how
smooth
aging
themselves
works.
out. Yeah, the wrinkles start going away. Does anyone know how aging works here?
Your teeth improve, your hairline improves, your wrinkles fill in. I mean, it's beautiful.
Good
That's the
dental
natural
hygiene,
human
Jack.
aging process, bro.
I brush my teeth twice a day for 5
He
minutes
flosses,
at a time.
Paul. He
And I floss
flosses.
regularly,
He's
Jack.
got a water pick and everything. He just,
it's paying off. It's paying off.
you know, he's hard at work.
So, yeah, at this point, this is during the 2012 vice presidential debates here, and you can really see the veneers are kicking in here. He's got some either veneers or a porcelain bridge, as they call it.
No, Paul. No.
All natural.
No.
That's
his teeth, Paul. That's his teeth.
The next picture is Joe Biden from an article in 2016, and as you can see, the hair plugs are starting to fucking come out.
They're wearing thin here.
They're not there, Jack.
And you can see some of the scarring on his scalp from the previous installations.
Yeah, that's true.
That's so gross. This really freaks me the fuck out, man. The way these people
hold on. I want to get close up in this.
Enhance.
I want to get up in this shit.
Oh man, look at that.
Enhance.
Oh,
Yeah, you can see it. It's like playing a field, dude. You can see each one. It's like
He's got a little scab there. See that?
one of them fell out recently when he was in the shower.
damn it. What's going on?
Another plug came out.
Yeah, there was a little scruffy phase for Joe Biden. And then when he was running, he came back like refreshed and renewed. It's like, look, my hair's on point again.
I want you guys to keep in mind before we switch to the next picture.
All right.
This is Joe Biden in 2016, not that long ago.
Yeah, 5 years ago.
Let's see a picture of Joe Biden in 2020 on the campaign trail.
A miracle has done occurred, sir.
He
Just
almost
less wrinkled?
He almost doesn't even look like the same human being anymore.
A miracle has occurred, Paul.
Somehow, all of that horrible mess on his head has been taken care of.
Wow. It thickened right on up. You see how it happened?
Yep.
It thickened right on up, Paul.
Thickened up magically. Dr. Lawrence M. Copland, a Beverly Hills plastic surgeon, told the Examiner that while Biden's procedures aren't perfect, they're really well done, as one would expect. He said that after he lost his son Beau to brain cancer in 2015, it's possible the former vice president wanted to head off the aging process that's exacerbated by tragedy. It's not a stretch to imagine his desire to reach back to freshen his appearance and rewind to a time when things were better and happier.
It's a lot of fucking psychological. I mean, like, couldn't it just be that like the dude's a politician for a living and he doesn't want to fucking have like a bald, scabby head?
It could be.
I think that might
Maybe.
be the explanation too.
Yeah, it's like when Biden wasn't running. It's like, yeah, look at him. Hair's thinning out. Doesn't look at the same. Oh, he's running again. Suddenly, the hair's back. The Botox is back. All the shit's back.
You know what? We need to pass. I'm not one of these people that just says we need to pass laws every fucking 2 minutes or whatever. But like, we need to pass a law against plastic surgery for these politicians because we need to see what the fuck they really look like, dude.
That's kind of what creeps me out about it is that over the years, the people that we've covered tonight have basically transformed into different people. Like they've taken parts of their face and scalp and neck and stretched it over other parts of them, and they've created this rictus mask of like what they perceive in their mind to look like anti-aging and what to everybody else just looks like an insane amount of crazy over-the-top plastic surgery. And this has become like totally normal. Now, I want you to look at the amount of work he had just between 2009 and 2021.
Yeah, here he is making almost the exact same facial expression.
I mean, they caught him almost the exact same angle. And
less lines, a lot of definitely fillers, dude. You can tell he has a lot of fillers.
he's had his nose worked on. He's had his nose shaved
He's
down.
definitely had nose work. He's had fucking mouth work for sure. He's definitely had a shit ton of neck work.
Yep.
Either that or this suit is just way, way tighter. I don't know.
No, not at all. They've definitely given him liposuction up under his chin and taken all that excess skin. Maybe they put some of that on his head.
Maybe
they took some of his chin whiskers and threw them up on top. They just become this weird fucking amalgam of a human being. You know what I mean? Just like,
Well, it's the old paradox, right?
the new hair.
If you have a ship, but you replace all the parts in it, is it still the same ship?
Yeah,
I will tell you this: his new hair is wispier. I don't know what it is. Like you can tell, just like even around just like the little edges here, like it's just wispier hair than it was back in these. It was like he had coarser hair back then.
Look, they're running out
I don't
of
know
fucking,
what he's done. This is
These
like
homunculus fucking things that are in power.
this is
dude.
like butt fuzz or something that he's transferred onto his
Take
head.
the butt fuzz and put it on my head.
You know,
What the fuck is this shit, dude?
It's like thigh hair or something on his head.
Yeah.
now.
And it doesn't even matter because we literally have politicians that don't do it. Like that's why you showed Bernie in the early episode. It's like Bernie's like pretty much the same age as Biden. It's like he just looks like an old man.
You know what, dude? He did say, I got hairy legs. It
Yeah,
turns
remember?
blonde in the sun. Maybe they took some of that fucking prodigious Biden leg hair and threw it up there. We never see
Give
his
me a
legs.
straight razor, Jack.
this is repurposed leg hair that you're seeing on top of his head here. I mean, look at the I mean, just like hold on, let me just like show you the feathering around the edges, right?
Yeah,
Because that's where you can really see it more than you can see it here. You can see it like around this region.
yeah.
So look how it all kind of is like a solid block there, and then you look over here, and it's very like different.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
the
Well,
whole
they've
texture
taken-
of the hair has changed.
They've taken more. They've taken more from the back of his head, maybe, or maybe he's just got like fake hair now completely.
I think it's just fucking. I literally just think it's like you said. I think they originally did when his first transformation. I think they did the FUT or whatever.
Yeah.
And now I think they did the BHT.
Think they grabbed some body hair for this one?
Yeah,
What
I think they
body hair
ran out
grows
of fucking,
that?
I think they ran out of this shit, so they're like, we can't take any more from there. We're gonna have to start doing the body hair.
But what
And I think
body
they
hair?
changed it.
What body hair grows that long though?
My pubes.
Your
Well,
pubes ain't
his
that big
legs,
of a
dude.
drape.
I'm telling you,
Dude.
it's the fucking hairy legs, man.
Them hairy legs.
The hairy legs.
You know what they probably did is they probably fucking just mixed a little in with the other transplants, to kind of fluff it up.
So, looking at this picture, it's almost like we said he had his nose shaved down for sure. As old men, as especially men get older, our noses never stop growing, and so it just goes.
No, his did. His nose actually.
his
It looked like
nose-
it shrank a little bit.
It shrank, yeah. Let's see. A dermatologist usually uses a cauterizing iron and literally shaves off layers of skin until the desired shape of nose is achieved. It's a bloody and smelly procedure, considering all
Sounds
the
horrible.
burning skin, but it does keep that nose from getting too round on the end.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't see myself ever voting for someone with a round nose. You know what I mean? Like you see a politician, he might have the ideas you like and stuff,
Too round.
but like if he's out there with some round nose, you're just like, I don't even want that round nose son of a bitch.
Yeah, plebs, it's time to go. We don't want you here no more. Paul and TJ, Scotty too.